Hello, everybody, and welcome to Arsenal BG Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois, where it's time for Game 1 of a three-game series between the Gateway Grizzlies and the Evansville Otters. Well, the Otters are off to a very hot start. The Otts are hot, as we say in the biz, as they have won 6 straight games. They went 6-0 in the homestand as they swept these Gateway Grizzlies earlier last week, and then they swept the Windy City Thunderbolts. They played 3 doubleheaders last week. Hopefully the rain is fine and dandy and doesn't come along and give us another doubleheader, because that was a little rough, but the Otters did go 4-0 in doubleheaders their last 2 on Thursday and on Saturday, and they were able to win those 9-inning games as well against Gateway and Windy City in order to get their 6-game win streak and their 6-0 homestand. So they now stand at 11-4 on the year. 11-4, they're a game up in the Central Division over Washington, who's 10-5. Florence and Lake Erie, 3 games back. Both of them at 8-7. Coming into today's matchup, it is pretty close between everybody in the Central Division. Every team separated by 3 games. For the West Division, though, it's Schaumburg that's kind of leading the charge here after Evansville swept Windy City. They're 8-7, 8-8, and now they're 8-9 after losing today to Joliet. So they're falling behind. Schaumburg, it looks like their division to beat, at least early on here in May. Windy City now 4 games back of Schaumburg, depending on how the game goes with them. Mississippi at 7-9, 4.5 games back. Then it's Gateway at 6-9, 5 games back, and then Joliet now 3-11, 7.5 games back. They beat Windy City, so they're now 4-11 and 7 games back of Schaumburg, but definitely a big hole to climb out of if you are the Slammers, and we will see the Slammers at some point this season, but we're actually playing Windy City after this series for 2 games over at Ozinga Field in Crestwood, but for now we're here at Arsenal BG Ballpark for a 3-gamer against the Grizzlies. The Otters had a very interesting series against Gateway. They ended up destroying them 15-5 in Game 1, and then their pitching was fantastic in the doubleheader. Ryan Wiltsey and Landon Williman, who's starting today, combined for 12 scoreless in those 2 games. Bullpens were able to clean things out relatively easily, and they swept the doubleheader. The second game, though, they won on a walk-off 1-0 on 2 dropped fly balls that ended up scoring TJ Salvaggio from second. It was Blake Robertson who hit the fly out, and errors have been a big part of the issues for Gateway. 24 errors, which is first in the Frontier League. So the defense hasn't necessarily been great. They also haven't really done too much hitting, but Gateway did have a very good series against Lake Erie in their last series. They put up a lot of runs. Both of their wins, they won 2 out of 3 against Lake Erie, and they ended up scoring 11 runs in both of those wins, winning Game 1 11-10, and then winning Game 3 on Sunday 11-2. In the middle of that, they lost 6-2, but Gateway definitely improving in terms of the offense, taking advantage here of the relatively short dimensions here at Arsenal BG. I mentioned this a lot, but it's always about letting the ball travel here in Sauget, as the right field area is 301 to right with about a 4-foot, 4-ish, something like a very short wall out in right field. So going to see a lot of the guys hitting balls the other way, but that's why Gateway also has a lot of lefties on their roster, is so they can take advantage of that short porch out in right field. For the Otters, they only have 1 lefty in the lineup today, so they're going to have to try and hit it to the opposite field unless they want to pull it enough to hit it over that big wall out in left field. It's only 318 out to left field as well, but the wall definitely makes it harder to hit it over. Makeshift green monster, if you will. So the Otters are currently sitting at 11-4. They've won 6 straight. They're 10-2 at home, but only 1-2 on the road. They're 12 of their first 15 games have been at home. The only road series was at Florence, and they lost 2 of 3 there. So this series this week will be a true test as to if these guys are going to be a good road team, as they play 3 against Gateway, then 2 against Windy City, it's going to be a little bit of a longer road trip. We don't have a road trip over 6 days, but this is the first true test on the road for these guys to make sure, we're a good road team as well as a good home team, or at least a solid road team, because 10-2 at home will definitely play, but just got to make sure we can get a couple of victories here on the road in front of the road fans. We did have the doubleheader, the first one of 3 last week against Florence on the road after the suspended game in the 6th, where we had that thunderstorm that just popped up out of nowhere. And the Otters, that's not necessarily the best in day games, just 1-2 in day games so far this season after their 1 win coming on Sunday against Windy City. So definitely a lot of factors coming into play here, but a lot of things in the Otters' favor, at least in terms of their past records, including a 5-0 record in series openers. They have not lost a series opener yet this season, which gives a pretty big advantage to them, as have won 3 of those series. They've swept every series that they've won. That included the first weekend at Florence, the Gateway, and the Windy City series. They have yet to win a series on the road. This is only their 2nd road series, so definitely a lot more opportunities in the future to do so. But as mentioned a lot of times here in this pregame, a lot to prove here in your road series. And if they can get a good couple wins here against Gateway, that'll definitely prove that these guys really are legit on the road as well as at home, as I think they've proven that they're pretty legit at home. Starting off 10-2. As we take a look at the bullpen, we have Landon Williman getting the start for the Otts today. Williman pitched 6 scoreless, took a no-hitter into the 6th inning in game 1 of that doubleheader against Gateway. That was his last start. Got the win, moved to a 1-0 record. A 2.76 ERA. He's kind of looking to be the ace after Griff Hughes' contract was purchased by the Rockies. And he's definitely taken that in stride, especially in his last start. Had a bit of a rough going against Florence on the 15th, gave up 5 earned. But the Otters did end up coming back to win that game 6-5. And the Otters are actually 3-0 in games where Landon Williman starts. So he has a possible good luck charm for the Otters as we see him warming up. This will be his 4th start of the year. Logan Brown's doing the catching. Logan Brown, the usual catcher for Landon Williman. He's caught all 3 of his other starts. He does most of the catching in general, but he will be the main guy calling pitches and catching them as well. It's a $2 Tuesday here at Arsenal BG Ballpark Tuesday. And then tomorrow it's Disco Penguins night. Not too fond of what that's all about. It sounds fun. Definitely sounds fun, but you never know. You never know. I'm not too sure what it's about. Not too sure what's going on here, but I've heard they have an alternate identity uniform. I'm intrigued to see that. My question is, what do Disco Penguins have to do with like the area? Because I feel like usually, like in the minor leagues, the alternate identities kind of have something to do with the area. What do Disco Penguins have to do with Sauget or the St. Louis area in general? I might have to do some research and get back to you guys on that one. But either way, it's a little bit of a warm one. We've had some off and on rain, but turf field, so it'll pass. It's just kind of been, off and on. We're kind of coming and going with the rain. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. I don't think any games have really started yet. But Tuesday, we got every team playing. Oh, we do have a game playing. Florence, Lake Erie, tied up at 1. Down East is up on Ottawa in the 1st. Brockton, Trois-Rivières. Trois-Rivières, congrats. They're playing their first home game of the season. I feel so bad for them because they have played, 15 games on the road, and now they're finally getting their first home game, which is rough. That is crazy. So Shout out to Trois Rivières for finally playing their first home game of the season. Mentioned earlier, Joliet beat Windy City 12-4, so they put up a pretty good offensive performance against the Bolts. Bolts have now lost 4 straight games. Boulders scored 7 in the 8th and won 9-8 earlier against New Jersey. And then there's Washington Schaumburg, which is a huge early season series. 10-5, 11-4. Whoever wins that series is probably going to come out with the best record in the league. And then Sussex County is playing Quebec. So nice little midweek action here in the Frontier League. As we take a look at the plate meeting between Kyle Goodell and Andy McCauley. Take a look at our umpires for today. It's Caleb Groom, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes for the first game of the series. Jordan Alfonso at first, Andrew Bernius at third. So as we hit a break here, wind blowing from left to right here at Arsenal BG Ballpark. We'll be right back. When we come back after the national anthem, it'll be first pitch between the Grizzlies and the Otters on the Otters Digital Network. Welcome back to Sauget, Illinois. There's Landon Williman, who's warming up as the starter for today. Let's take a look at the lineups, starting with the Gateway Grizzlies. Sawyer Smith's at short batting first. Jose Alvarez doing the catching bat second. Mark Schallenberger DHing batting third. Then Bryson Horn, Dale Thomas, Victor Castillo, the 4-5-6. Mitchell Sanford in left field batting seventh. Tate Wargo. Then Cole Brannon, the number 9 man. On the other side, Ponder, Jones, Pierce, Brown. You know how it is. LG Castillo bats fifth. In right field, Marcos Gonzalez at third, bats sixth. Then Sam Linscott, JJ Cruz, TJ Salvaggio. Rounding out the 7, 8, 9 spots. It is a very cloudy day here in Sauget, as we're still waiting on first pitch. Supposed to be here at 6:30. Thought we were going to have the anthem at some point, but maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. It's definitely a time we're having here. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night before and after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. The Frontier League Network, powered by HTN, is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Head to EvansvilleOtters.com to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game this year. Gateway's got their cool little colorful jerseys. It's a home black on the other side. The Otters are rocking the grays, the all grays. They're 1-1 in the gray jerseys so far this season. They haven't really had to wear much because we haven't been on the road too much. And they wore the blue jerseys for one of them as well against Florence. But now we're getting to the anthem, so we'll take a quick break on the Otters Digital Network. Well, let's see if the Otters can win their 7th straight game. Their team high is 9 over their franchise history. That's happened 3 separate times. If they sweep this series, then they're going to tie that record. And they win 2 against Windy City, and then they break that record, and then they win 11 straight. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Ty Good, he is the starter for Gateway, and he has been phenomenal so far this season. Was out of the bullpen for Gateway, but has become a starter. And even as a starter, he was good. He pitched in Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Otters on the 21st. 4 innings of scoreless ball with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. He's been great. Before that, he pitched against Windy City through 3 hitless innings and got the win. He's at a 1-0 record now. And now time to see if he does what he did on the 21st here against the Otters on May 26th of 2026. 5-2-6-2-6 is the date for today's Tuesday night matchup Grizzlies are looking to right the ship a little bit after winning the series against Lake Erie, maybe trying to keep up some momentum here in this homestand. They're a lot better at home than they are on the road. 5-4 here at Arsenal BG Ballpark, 1-5 on the road. That includes that 3-game sweep in Evansville. So we will see if they can continue to stay over 500 here at home. It'll be Ponder, Jones, and Pierce, the top three. Them and Logan Brown, the top four. It's been the main top four for the Otters pretty much all season. They've had a couple of little changes, including on Sunday when Amani Jones was leading off to give Ponder a day off, but now he's back in the leadoff spot. And he is one of the better guys on the team in terms of offense. Ended his hit streak that lasted 11 games, the first 11 games of the season, but he still has reached base in all 14 games this year. And he is looking to get something going here for the Otters, who are a good first-inning team, and the Gateway Grizzlies are very much the opposite. They have given up 18 runs in the first inning as a pitching staff, which definitely not what you want here, especially against a good offense like the Otters. But it will be up to Evansville to try and get some offense early and keep the momentum going here into not only the rest of this game, but the rest of this series, as we are at 6:34, just about to get ready for first pitch. Good to Ponder for game one. First pitch is a little outside for ball one. So we will start at 6:34. A little late, but you know how it is. Never hurt nobody. Ty Good mentioned this last time he was pitching. He has a very high arm slot, and he also loses the hat every so often whenever he pitches. That one's fouled away, makes it 1-1. A lot of neon going on between the pitcher and catcher. The catcher's gear is very, very bright. I kind of like it. I think it looks nice. Kind of highlighter-ish. It looks a little bit more orange on the broadcast, but it's pink. It definitely is pink. 2-1. It's Ty Good, 0 ERA and 10 innings pitched. 5 walks compared to 10 strikeouts. Grounder up the middle into center field for a base hit. So that didn't take long for Ponder to extend his on-base streak to 15 games, as he continues his hot hitting with a leadoff single. Otters 133rd hit of the year, 7th in the league. They're actually first in batting average, though, at 293. They've kind of been first and second, mixing between them and New York. New York is a very good offense as well, and they're leading the East Division. Over on the other side, we'll see New York in late July. But that is not even close to now. Monty Jones with a man on first and nobody out. First pitch is a little outside for ball one. Jones went 2 for 10 in the series against against Windy City. Went 0 for 6 against Gateway. 1-0 pitch is a little low. Defense for Gateway: Sanford, Brennan, Castillo left to right field, then Dale Thomas, Sawyer Smith, Tate Wargo, Bryson Horn from third to first, and the return of Jose Alvarez doing the catching for Ty Good. Jose Alvarez was on the IL for a little bit. That is crushed into deep right field, and that is fair and way out of here. Absolutely crushed from Amani Jones, and the Otters take an early 2-0 lead. So the first run's given up by Ty Good, and they come here without even recording an out in the top of the first inning, as Jones took an inside fastball and absolutely lasered it. 102 off the bat, 387. Over to that short porch, taking way advantage. That's his second homer of the year. And the Otters are already up 2-0. So the Otters continue their hot hitting in the first inning, and the Gateway Grizzlies continue struggling with pitching in the first inning. And that has been the catalyst for a lot of their losses so far this year. But the Grizzlies have done a lot of good things offensively last series against Lake Erie, so might need more than 2 in order to try and keep a comfortable lead here, especially with all this ball game left. That is past the dive of Smith and into left field for a base hit. So 3 straight hits to start off the game. Ponder, Jones, Pierce. Still nobody out and 2 runs in. 104. They are hitting the snot out of the ball here against Ty Good to start off. That'll bring up Logan Brown. Single homer single has started off this game, and the Otters are continuing their hot hitting on the road here in Sauget. First pitch curve misses just a little high, and it's ball 1. Logan Brown only played 2 games of the Windy City Series. Didn't play on Sunday. He went 1 for 5. Against Gateway, 6 for 26. Fly ball into shallow right field. It'll be Wargo under it, and he will make the catch for out number 1. So they finally get the first out of the top of the first. Looks like we have a little bit of a tarps off situation in right field. LG had a great series against Windy City. Multiple multi-hit games, 2 for 3 in back-to-back games of the doubleheader, then won 1 for 4 on Sunday. Has a hit in 4 of his 5 games to start off his tenure with the Otters, as that one misses for ball 1. Pierce on first, 1 out. LG hitting 400. That one's low in the turf, and it's 2-0. I got to get used to saying turf instead of dirt again because we're on the road. Only played at Turf Stadium so far on the road. Meanwhile, the rain has given EVSC's historic Bosley Field a bit of a rough time to start off the year, to say the very least. It's still supposed to rain this week in Evansville, and apologies to the people out there that have to tarp. That is rough. 2-0 pitch. Little inside, makes it 3-0, and there's the hat flying off from Ty Good. Fastball moving 91 to 93 for Good, but hasn't been able to locate it, and when he has, it has been barreled each time. 3-0 pitch is high for ball 4. So 3 hits and a walk have started the first. They only have 1 out recorded still. Now there's 2 on with 1 out for Marcos. Marcos also had a good series against Windy City. Went 4 for 7. Got a double, scored in all 3 games. Also walked in all 3 games. Mentioned this before. After a slow start to the season, Gonzalez is really picking up the pace here offensively, and he's always been pretty good at third base. Gonzalez has only played third base this season. First pitch hits the zone for strike 1. Well, now Marcos at a 372. 16 for 43 in 14 games. 9 ribbies on the year. Could be possibly hit double digits here with a base hit to try and score Pierce from second. Little outside fastball. Makes it 1-1. Gonzalez and Castillo, both teammates with Gary South Shore last season. Roommates at the hotel. Pretty good friends. Ripped down the line, but it's foul over to the Otters bullpen. Otters bullpen really out there, out in the open. Kind of like the Otters bullpen, but it's a little bit closer to the playing surface, or to the field of play rather than Bossy Fields. It seems like they're a little bit more farther down the lines. But they have a lot of lawn area here at Arsenal BG. 1-2 pitch to Marcos. Fouls one back. Remains at 1-2. So Ponder singled. Jones drove him and Ponder in with a homer, 2-run shot. Pierce hit a single. Logan Brown flew out to Wargo at second base, and then the walk. That's where we're at right now in the first. A lot of pitches being thrown from Ty Good to start off. Another 1-2. And another foul. This one over to Andy McCauley at third base. Well, Ty Good, usually leadoff men 2 for 9 now, 3 for 10 against him to start off his season as a starter. Reaches out, punches another one foul. Still remains at 1-2. A good long at bat here from Marcos, just trying to stay alive. Another 1-2 from Good. And another foul. Now, good job of making this as long of an at-bat as you can, Marcos. Good job, good job. We're doing a great job here. Grizzlies are 3-7 when their opponents score first so far this year. And that one's called strike 3. So Marcos goes down looking for out number 2, but did produce a very long and solid at-bat, so still some positives to come out of that one. And the Otters are still up 2-0, so that's always nice as well. That'll bring up Sam Linscott, still the newest signing for the Otters in his 3rd game. His first game was game 2 of the doubleheader against Windy City. Went 0 for 2, but then had 2 hits on Sunday against the Bolts. So currently at a 286, 2 for 7 in his 2 games. First pitch veers away, makes it ball 1. Second stint in the Frontier League for Linscott. Was in Sussex County in New York back in 2023, and he'll be facing off against both of those teams in July. One before the All-Star break, one after. Has to duck out of the way of that one, high and in, makes it 2-0. Linscott signed back on the 22nd of May. He was traded from the Lincoln Salt Dogs to the Otters to complete a previous trade. Signing is going to be good depth for the outfield. Maybe give John Ponder a day off. That's what happened on Sunday, as that one misses, and it's 3-0. Well, last year, .395 for the Rocky Mountain Vibes in the Pioneer League. Offense-heavy league, but hitting over 400 in any league is very special, especially 151 hits. 3-0, taken all the way, and it's called strike 1. Pitch number 29 for Ty Good so far in the first inning. He's already given up his first 2 runs of the season on a massive Jones homer. 3-1. That one hits the zone. Breaking ball right at the top, very top edge of the zone, and it's 3-2. Both runners are going to go here. Dennis Pierce still on second base with LG on first after the walk. 2 runs already in. Good trying to get out of this with just 2 on the docket here in the first inning. Payoff is check swing, no-go at first, and that's ball 4. So that will load him up for JJ. And the second walk of the inning for Ty Good. Now the base is loaded with 2 outs, and J.J. Cruz has a chance to break things open early here in the first inning. Mound visit between Alvarez and Ty Good. Good, in his first outing, he pitched 1 inning. In his second, he pitched 2 innings. In his third outing, he pitched 3, and then his fourth, he pitched 4 innings. So if the pattern follows, we will see 5 innings from Ty Good, but with how the pitch count's looking right now, I'm not too sure of that. Really showing the tarps off crew in right field. I'm not sure if the broadcast has shown it yet, but, you know, the Cardinals had that whole thing with the tarps off. They took all the shirts off, and we're very close to St. Louis here in Sauget, so it's become a little bit of a tradition, but it might not be the right time for it with the Grizzlies down by 2. Still having fun here at the ballpark, though. First pitch to JJ is in the dirt for ball 1. Well, nowhere to put him here. Walk brings in a run, brings up Salvaggio. JJ Cruz struggled a little bit. He's 0 for his last 6. Only played 1 game of the Windy City series, went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. His strikeout number is up to 8. Does have a home run, though, and 4 ribbies on the year. 19th against Gateway. He went 2 for 4 with a run batted in. Overall in that sweep, 2 for 7. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 runs already in for the Otters. And the 2-0 pitch. Grounder past the dive of Wargo into right field. 1 run will come in. Everybody advances 90 feet. J.J. Cruz brings in his 8th run of the year, and it is a 3-0 lead for the Otts in the first inning. Now the hot hitting has moved to Illinois. 3 runs are in, and the Otters now bring up the 9-man in Salvaggio here in the first inning. Ponder led off the inning with a single, ended up scoring. He's now on deck yet again. Bases loaded still here with 2 outs. Now 3 runs in. Salvaggio takes a great breaking ball for strike 1. Ty Good now 3 earned runs so far in the first. Has a big hole for Gateway here in the first inning. 0-1. Grounder over to third base. That's a fair ball. Tagging the bag is Dale Thomas for out number 3. Well, the Otters score 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Off to a great start here on the road in Gateway as they have a 3-0 lead heading to the bottom half of the first here on the Otters Digital Network. First innings brought to you by Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. There you saw the tarps off crew back there in center field. They're celebrating a 3-0 lead for the Otters here in the bottom of the first inning. Monty Jones hit a 2-run homer. J.J. Cruz drove in a run with an RBI single, and the Otters are off to a hot start, as they have been so far in the past week. Landon Williman pitching with a 3-0 lead already to start here. Before even throwing a pitch, his first pitch is fouled out of the way by Sawyer Smith, who's leading off. He's hitting .259 in 15 games. 3 for 15 in the series against Lake Erie. 2 for 5 in game 1 and back-to-back 1 for 5s. Did drive in a run on Sunday, but is quickly down 0-2. Now the pitch from Williman. Little bit inside, and it looks like it might have hit him. They're saying it didn't hit him. Otters dugout not too happy with that call. Andy McCauley's going to give the home plate umpire Caleb Groom a piece of his mind. Was inside. I don't know if it was inside enough to hit him. That's the thing that we're arguing about here. Sawyer Smith is just standing on first. Andy McCauley has yet to be ejected from a game yet this season. See if that continues here. And no, looks like he's still staying in. Call will stand. There wasn't even a convening from the umpires. So hit by pitch leads off the bottom of the first. A little bit of a controversial one. That'll bring up Jose Alvarez with a man on and nobody out. Alvarez has been on the 7-day IL. Got activated. This is his first game since the 13th. First pitch is outside and a little low for ball 1. In his 4 games before landing on the IL, he hit .500, 7 for 14. That included a 3 for 5 against Joliet in his last game. Smith was running, but there's a high foul ball over to third. Alvarez is one of the returners in his 3rd season with the Grizzlies. He hit .276 in 2024, .332 in 2025. He was fantastic. He started the Frontier League All-Star game. Against Evansville, he hit 15 for 41, scored 13 times, drove in 6. So definitely one of the better offensive guys on the Grizzlies, and this is definitely a team that's in need of some offense. Definitely missed Jose Alvarez, to say the least. 1-1 grounder over to short. Salvaggio to Jones for 1, on to first for 2. 6-4-3 DP between Salvaggio, Jones, and Pearson. There's 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the first. Otters 4th in double plays with 40 of them, now 41. Gateway is actually 1st in the Frontier League in double plays, 57. Pretty good, pretty good. But it's very good for the Otters to have nobody on for Schallenberger because he had a great series against Lake Erie. A couple of 2-hit days. Drove in 4 runs. In the middle of the game, he went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but otherwise, if you ignore that, Schallenberger gets hit with a pitch, as he's prone to doing that as well. So 2 HBPs for Williman here in the first. The first one didn't really come back to bite him too much, and Schallenberger always gets hit with pitches, so let's see how Williman throws here with a man on first now and 2 outs. Bryson Horn. Mentioned this in the pregame. There's a lot of lefties in this lineup. Grounder to second. First pitch, out number 3 as Jones throws it over to first. So 2 hit by pitches, neither of them even make it past first base. And we're heading to the top of the second. Otters 3-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Second innings brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. Top of the second inning, Ty Good gave up 3 runs in the first inning against the Otts, and now he'll face off against the leadoff man, John Ponder, again after the Otters sent all 9 men to the plate in the top of the first. 3 runs coming in there. And the first pitch is a ball a little high against Ponder. 1-0, fastball inside corner for strike 1. Ponder's hitting .346 with the bases empty so far this season. And that definitely rose after his leadoff single that led off the game back in the first inning. Fouled away, and it's 1-1. Sorry, 1-2.
Evansville has been a dominant team at home so far this year. This is their second road series in 2026. They dropped 2 out of 3 in Florence. That was a couple of weekends ago.
1-2. 1-2's outside. So Ponder singled in the first, came around to score on the Amani Jones 2-run homer. And he's off to a very good start so far. 2-2 gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the screen. Makes it 2-2 still, 3-0 here. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Otters already here in the second inning. Ty Good was with Florence the last 2 seasons. Only pitched in 6 games last season with the Yalls, but 29.2. High chopper over to third. Thomas has to go quick throw to first, and it is in time for out number 1. So 1 out here. Monty Jones did a lot of damage against Ty Good in the first inning. Hit a 2-run homer that really couldn't see go out, but was called fair. Might have went over the big wall out there, over the scoreboard area out in right field. Definitely got a lot of that one. And he now has 2 home runs and 8 RBI on the season. First pitch, though, is a strike. Now it's 0-1 to Jones. 0-1 is in the turf, gets past Alvarez. No one's on, though, so no one was able to move up. That was Jones' first home run since the 15th. 11 days since his last homer. That was a hit in 3 straight after the last 2 games against Windy City. Got a hit there as well. Into center field, and a running grab for Brandon out there in center makes it out number 2. Well, Jones got another good piece of it, but it just kept flying in the air for a little too long. Brandon was able to make the running grab for out number 2. Dennis Pierce singled and scored. The third of 3 runs that scored in the top of the first inning. That was his 13th hit now in his 13th game. Check swing, he did go around, makes it 0-1. 286 with the Otters last season in 63 games. He went 6 for 22 against Gateway, but he did hit 2 of his 17 homers against the Grizzlies. Swung on and missed. Well, with the Monty Jones home run, there are now 5 Otters that are tied at the top of the homer leaderboard, all with 2. Pierce one of them. Same with Logan Brown, John Ponder, Mark Black, and now Amani Jones. So 5 players have 2 homers on the Otters, and nobody has 3 yet. Apparently that 3 home run mark is a little impenetrable for the Otters, but they're definitely finding ways to get some offense without the need for a 3rd homer from anybody. Hat flies off of Good, called a ball as it's in the turf, makes it 1-2. 2 outs. Good looking to settle down here. Already got the first 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Took 6 batters before getting the second out in the first. 1-2 pitch. Little low. Makes it 2-2. Ty Good played for the College of Charleston for most of his collegiate career, 2020 to 2023, and then last season was at South Carolina in 2024. 4.39 ERA and 55 1/3. 2-2 is called, strike 3, and that's strikeout number 2, and both of them looking for Ty Good. So a 1-2-3 second after giving up 3 in the first for Ty Good. Nice little comeback inning for him. Well, we head to the bottom of the second inning. The Otters have a 3-0 lead on the Otters Digital Network. Bottom 2 here from Sauget, Illinois. Otters have a 3-0 lead early here in the bottom of the second inning. And a scoreless first from Williman has him here in the second. He did hit a couple batters, Sawyer Smith, Mark Schallenberger, but didn't matter. He was able to get out of it, keeping it scoreless. He'll face off against Dale Thomas, Victor Castillo, and Mitchell Sanford to start the bottom of the second inning. Dale Thomas up first. He'll take a outside strike, and it's 0-1. Thomas went 3 for 10 in his series against Lake Erie. I went a little too outside, makes it 1-1. Swung on and missed, a big swing and a miss. Thomas hit his first home run in Game 2 of this series, went 2 for 3. Home run was a solo shot. One of the 2 runs that Gateway scored. 6-2 loss, but they did win the other 2 games. Fouled back to the netting. Still remains at 1-2. Last game, though, went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Another scoop from Logan Brown in the turf, though, and it's 2-2. Thomas last year with Gateway, 283, had 90 hits in 90 games, 10 for 35 against the Otters, 2 homers, 10 RBI. Also walked 5 times. 2-2's low, makes it a full count 3-2. Thomas also had a 3-hit game in the playoffs last season. 3 for 4 against Schaumburg on the 9th. He fouls one away. 3 hits, 2 homers, 3 RBI against Schaumburg, but Schaumburg ended up winning that series and making it all the way to the championship series before losing, like everybody else, to Quebec. Ripped over to second and caught by Jones. Perfect placement from Jones. 103 right to him. And that's out number 1. So 1 out. That'll bring up Sanford. A lot of lefties in the lineup. 6 of them to be exact. Smith, Schallenberger, Horn, Castillo, Sanford, and Brannon. A lot of them. A lot of lefties. Castillo fouls one back right over the press box. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And it's 0-1. Do you think Heads Construction likes me saying the read fast? Swung on and missed, quickly down 0-2. Castillo. Not too much playing time in the Lake Erie series. Went 0 for 4 in game 1. Came in as a pinch runner in game 2. So that one's inside. Overall, though, he's very much struggling to start the season off. 132 average. Reaches out, high chopper over to short. Salvaggio doesn't even make a throw over to first as Castillo gets there with the infield single. And that's the first hit of the day for the Grizzlies. Well, even if the transfer was perfect from Salvaggio, Castillo definitely would have made it by at least a step. So better to just eat it and avoid a throwing error. Let him take first base here with 1 out. Mitchell Sanford now up. He is also off to a pretty stubby start to start off the season. 170, 8 for 47. Had a 2-hit game, though, against Lake Erie on the 23rd, but on Sunday he went 0 for 3 and drove in 2 runs. So a little bit of a weird game for him. He was still finding ways to be productive in that 11-2 win, even though he didn't get a hit. 0-1. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. First professional season for Sanford. Hit his first pro home run against the Otters back on the 19th, a week ago today. Outside, it's 1-2. Ole Miss last season, 317, 64 games. For a good Ole Miss team that ended up making it and hosting a regional. Pick back to first, just got back there safely. Now Castillo had a little bit of a late reaction on that one. He had 24 stolen bases last year, 22 in 2024. 1-2 outside makes it 2-2. Sanford at Ole Miss hit 17 homers, drove in 47. 39 walks to 62 strikeouts. ABCA Rawlings All-South Region first team. Played every game. Started all 64 of them. Mostly as just an outfielder. So that one misses, makes it 3-2. His 317, second on the team in average. Also in slugging at 606 hits and stolen bases. That is into right field and a base hit. Castillo was already running, so he will head to third. And the Grizzlies are in business here in the second inning, first and third with only 1 out. .85 not in the positioning of Jones that time. Puts runners at the corners with 1 out. Tate Wargo. Oh, Wargo's gotten a lot more playing time as of recent. Might have seen him in the first game of the series against Evansville at Bossy Field. He was a position player pitching in the 9th inning. Threw a scoreless 9th in that 15-5 win. In that series, though, he went 0 for 3 in Game 2 of the doubleheader on the 21st. Played all 3 games of the Lake Erie series. Ended up going 2 for 11. Called strike 1, makes it a 1-1 count to Wargo. This is his 10th game. He's still hitting at a 300, but when we last saw him, he was hitting 438. 1-1 outside, makes it 2-1. Gateway has called this place home for now 3 seasons. Hit 229 last year. Fouls that one off to the right side, makes it 2-2. Would have played more games last season besides the 19, but he was very limited by injuries. And those injuries he had, he didn't end up even playing against Evansville. Played a little more games, 42 in 2024, hit 311. Still has yet to play an entire season. That's a base hit into left field, and that will bring in Castillo from third. So the Grizzlies get a run on the board. 3 straight singles and has made it 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. So still a short sample size for Wargo, but he's done a good job at hitting when it matters most. And he drives in his 3rd run of the season. Now Cole Brandon with the tying run now at first and still only 1 out. Otters do already have a double play turned in this game. Brandon takes a outside ball, and it's 1-0. Brandon 213 on the year. Got a hit in every game of the series against the Crushers. Ended up going 4 for 10. Scored 4 times, hit a double and a homer. High chopper over to first. Foul makes it 1-1. Brandon hitting at a 167 with the runners in scoring position this season. Has a runner on second and first. Sanford over there at second with Wargo at first after his RBI single. Looking like we're going to have a lot of offense in this game 1. Kind of like game 1 of the series here against Lake Erie. That ended 11-10. Fouled back, it's 1-2. Overall, with runners on, Brandon hitting at a 200. Reaches out, pokes one foul off to the other side, the left side this time. Still remains at 1-2. Brandon, 5th season in the Frontier League. He's spent a lot of that time here with the Grizzlies. 4 of those seasons. Was also with Florence and Washington, 2022, and part of 2023. Spent half the season in 2023 with the Alls, then moved on to Gateway. He's been here ever since. A timeout called from Brandon here. Still 1-2. Now 2 on, though, with 1 out and a run already in for Gateway. So they're looking to cut into the deficit a little bit here with a lot of game left. Check swing, and he did go around that strike 3, and a big out number 2 for Williman, getting his first strikeout of the day. Chance to get out of here with just the 1 run given up. Let's back to the top of the lineup, and Sawyer Smith, who was controversially hit by a pitch. Not sure if it hit him, not sure if it didn't hit him, but the Evansville dugout definitely did not think that it hit him. It's a little hard to see from up here if it hit him or not, but either way, he didn't end up moving. He got out number 1 on the double play hit into by Jose Alvarez. As he fouls one away, makes it 0-1. So still 2 on, now with 2 outs after the strikeout of Brannon. The 0-1. Grounder over to first. Pierce flips to Williman. He'll step on the bag, and that is out number 3. So 1 run does come in, but definitely could have been a lot worse for Williman. The Otters still up 2 as we head to the 3rd. 3-1 Otts on the Otters Digital Network. Well, after further review, as in we saw a picture of it, that Sawyer Smith hit by pitch to lead off the bottom of the first, did indeed hit him. Hit him on the elbow guard area. Shout out to Jason Garrett, the Grizzlies broadcaster, for showing me that picture. He did, in fact, get hit by the pitch. So, good call by L. Umps. 3-1 here in the top of the third. Logan Brown leads it off against Ty Good. First pitch is a little high and outside for ball one. No, Good had a fantastic second inning after a very long first. 1-2-3 inning, got Dennis Pierce to strike out looking. That second inning, he was looking like the Ty Good that we've been seeing all season. As that one's high for ball two. He does have 2 walks, though, both of them coming in the first inning. Logan Brown was the recipient of out number 1 in the first inning, flying out to shallow left field over to Tate Wargo, who came out from second base to make the grab. Pokes one foul off to the left side. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And it's 2-1. Ty Good, 24-year-old Rock Hill, South Carolina native. 2-1. Just misses. That was on the edge of the zone right there. Makes it 3-1. Rock Hill on the Carolinas border. South Carolina, North Carolina. Right on the border there. A little bit south of Charlotte, but still technically in South Carolina. The 3-1. Little short roller over to Billy Easley. Oh, Billy, come on. You got to make those plays, man. 3-2 now to Brown. Now 7 walks and 12 strikeouts this season for Good after 2-2 each in the first. Reaches out, pokes one right at to Wargo at second base, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Well, we've seen Logan Brown reach out against a lot of those outside pitches and poke them into left field, going the opposite way for a base hit, but that one he ended up pulling it right to Wargo, who was at second base. LG time. LG walked in his first at-bat. Popped up right side of the infield. Wargo looking to get both outs as he makes the catch for out number 2. So Wargo's been pretty busy over there at second base to start the day. That'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez. Marcos struck out looking, was the first of 2 strikeout recipients from Good. And Ty Good, ever since that first inning, has retired 5 straight Otters. So settled down he has so far. First pitch called a strike. Nice fastball at 91. Painted the corner. Very beautiful. And it's 0-1. Gonzalez's 11th strikeout of the season in his first at-bat. Has walked 7 times as well. Fouled back. He's quickly down 0-2 here in the count. Ty Good looking for back-to-back 1-2-3 innings in the second and third. As mentioned, the top 3 innings are few of the worst for pitching on the side of the Grizzlies. It's where they give up the most amount of runs, but they got 1 there. 3 in the first, but nothing doing here in the second or third so far. 20 runs given up in the second inning is their most. 16 in the third, 18 in the first, now 21 after the 3 that the Otters scored. 1-2 in the dirt, check swing, and he did go around, so that is strike 3. And the third strikeout of the day, first swinging for Good. He is now retired 7 straight Otters. And he has done a great job here after giving up those 3 runs to keep the Grizzlies in this one. But they're still down 2. We head to the bottom of the third, 3-1 Otts on the Otters Media Network. Third inning is brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. There's big Landon Willeman looking to throw a scoreless third here against Jose Alvarez, Mark Schallenberger, and Bryson Horn. First pitch is called a ball. Alvarez grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. So he's 0 for 1 so far. And he's in a good hitter's count now, 2-0. Willeman threw 6 scoreless against the Grizzlies in Game 1 of the doubleheader, but has already given up a run here. That's into the gap in right center field. That is deep, and that is going to get off the bottom of the wall, and it's going to get past Ponder. So Alvarez might try and go for third here. He takes a big round around second base, and he stays there with a double, leadoff double, in the bottom of the third. Seems as though all the fans here thought that he was going to go 3, but he ends up staying safe, staying at second base, and he's got himself a double, his second double of the year, and technically second double in 2 games. The double, he hit a double before he hit the IL. That'll bring up Schallenberger. Schallenberger was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Very prone to doing that. He very much crowds the plate, especially with that elbow. Gets hit in that elbow a lot. He got hit 37 times last year with the Grizzlies. Played with the University of Evansville, the good old UE Purple Aces. Got hit 28 times his senior year in 2024. Already 2-0 now. With UE, he hit 374 in 2024. Missouri Valley Conference's 7th-ranked MLB draft prospect by D1 Baseball. Second-team All-American. That is called a strike, makes it 2-1. It was the ABCA Rawlings 3rd-team All-American selection. He was the first member of Evansville's baseball team to earn multiple All-America honors in the same season since Kevin Kazmarski in 2015. Kazmarski. 3-1, as that one's a little low. Checked his swing perfectly. Alvarez on second, still nobody out. Schallenberger, walk would put 2 on with nobody out for Bryson Horn. That is inside, and it is ball 4. Could have hit him. Did it hit him? I don't know. Either way, he's taking first on the free pass, and there's 2 on with nobody out for Bryson Horn. I'm going to call it a walk, and if it's changed, it's changed. So Horn is on with 2 on. Alvarez on second. First pitch is a fly ball into left field. First pitch we've seen go out to left field, at least on the fly. And Lynn Scott makes the catch for out number 1. So definitely not what you want to see if you're Gateway, because now a double play ends things without a run scoring. Dale Thomas lined out to Amani Jones at second base in his first at-bat. He got a barrel, but it was just right to Jones. Maybe we could get another one here, maybe past him, score a run or 2. First pitch a little outside for ball 1. Alvarez the leadoff double, and Schallenberger walks, 2 on. Schallenberger representing the tying run. Check swing, grounder over to first. Pierce will tag the bag. No throw over to second, but he does get out number 2 as both runners advance to second and third. So Pierce will just get the easy out at first and hope that Williman can get out number 3 here in the bottom of the third. Because now any base hit could possibly bring in 2. Schallenberger does have some speed. That's up to Castillo. Does already have a singled last inning in the second. Ended up coming around to score the only run that the Gateway Grizzlies have so far. First pitch is called a strike. 91 on the outside edge. And it's 0-1. That run scored was Castillo's 7th of the year. Does only have 3 RBI. 0-1. Fly ball into shallow left. Running after it is Linscott, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So a nice escape act for Williman. 2 on, nobody out, and nobody comes around to score, as it is still 3-1 as we head to the 4th inning on the Otters Digital Network. The 4th inning is brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, sheet metal workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information. Well, it was a very good thing that Williman was able to get out of the jam, because Ty Good is now looking like Ty Good. He had a rough first inning, but now is looking like himself again. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for him, and he's now settled down and pitched very well in the past 2 frames. It'll be the bottom 3 in the order: Linscott, Cruz, Salvaggio, trying to get on base at any means possible here in the top of the 4th. Linscott walked in his first at-bat, now leads off the 4th. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's inside for ball 1. Both teams 4 hits, but the Otts still up in the runs column by 2. One-0. That goes flying, as that's a grounder to Thomas at third. He'll throw on to first. Not ideal for Sam to throw the bat into his own dugout, but definitely didn't hurt anybody, which is always a good thing. Either way, that was a fair ball. He hit the ball and let go of the bat, which was weird, to say the least. Out number 1, though. That's now 8 straight Otts retired by Ty Good. Ever since the J.J. Cruz RBI single. And now he's back up for his second at-bat. His single ended up scoring Dennis Pierce from third. Good piece of two-out hitting. Seems like the Otters are very much keen for two-out RBI. Cruz, that was only his first, but Ponder's got 8 two-out RBI, and Jones, Salvaggio, and Brown all have 4. And that is a foul ball into the Otters dugout. Why are we trying to hurt our own guys? First the bat, now the ball. Might need to get the guys in there to put on some helmets. 1-1. High fly ball into shallow left field. Moving into the infield is Wargo as he'll make the catch for out number 2. Oh, Wargo's been really busy over there at second base so far today. That'll bring up Salvaggio. Salvaggio was traded to the Otts on the 14th of April from the Lake Country Dockhounds. It didn't end up playing a game. That was his first professional season. High chopper to third. Thomas across the diamond to first. And that is now 10 straight retired by Ty Good. He is putting on a masterclass here after the first inning. 10 straight Otts retired and a very quick 1-2-3 yet again in the fourth. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Otters still up 3-1 on the Otters Digital Network. Bottom 4 here at Arsenal BG Ballpark. Otters with a 3-1 lead. But they have yet to have a runner reach base since the 3-run first inning. Ty Good pitching well. Pitching good. I'm sorry. He's pitching good. When he's pitching good, you got to make the punt. You got to do it. Williman has been pitching well as well. Has been able to get out of a couple of jams. Gave up the RBI single to Tate Wargo in the second inning, but since then, a lot of base runners have reached, and not a lot of them have come around to score, as it has been 5 left on already for Gateway through 3 innings. First pitch is called a strike to Sanford. Sanford, Wargo, Brandon, bottom 3 in the order for the Grizzlies, starting off here in the bottom of the 4th. Rip foul off to the left. Foul ball brought to you by His Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And it's 0-2. Sanford played for 4 different schools. LSU, UT Arlington, New Orleans, Ole Miss. Hit .381 his second year at New Orleans in 2024. Called strike 3. And Sanford goes down looking. Only the second strikeout of the day for Williman, but it's out number 1. Still no movement in either dugout as Tate Wargo will step to the dish. Bunnell, Illinois. Why did I say Oregon? A little bit northeast of St. Louis, so hometown kid. Been here for a while. Was at Lewis and Clark for a couple years in his collegiate career, then went to Akron. Last season there was in 2022. He hit .261. Quickly down 0-2 already here. Landon Williman, always known for moving a little bit faster on the mound. He's ready to go with 10 seconds left on the pitch clock, usually every time. 0-2. Trying to keep things under his control, maybe. Make Wargo step into the box a little bit earlier than he wants to. Wargo did hit a RBI single in his first at-bat, the only run of the day for the Grizzlies. He fouls one off, remains at 0-2. Tate Wargo was a coach in 2023 over at Gillespie High School. Wasn't even playing baseball at the time. So he swung on and missed for strike 3, and back-to-back Ks for Williman. Brings the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yeah, Wargo wasn't playing baseball. After 2022, he was just a coach. He was working odd jobs, doing landscaping. He was a substitute teacher for a little bit, and then played in the California Winter League in 2024. Ended up playing really well, hitting .412, and then signed with Gateway. And then the rest is, as we say in the business, history. Cole Brannon rips one up the middle into center field for a base hit. So the 5th hit of the day for Gateway, as Brandon has himself a single. Now each of the bottom 4 in the lineup have a single after the 3 straight in the 2nd inning from Castillo, Sanford, and Wargo. Back to the top of the order, though. Sawyer Smith will try to get some offense going here for Gateway. They've left a lot of runners on, 5 already. And I'm sure Smith doesn't want to have 6 on the docket for the Grizzlies through 4 innings. He will take strike 1. Smith last year was with Gateway. 284 in 21 games after his last collegiate season at the University of Kansas. 275 in 60 games. 16 multi-hit, 4 3-hit games, one of which coming against Minnesota. 2-1 as a pitch got blocked by Brown, moved past him, but went fortunately to the pitcher's mound, so no advance over at first from Brannon. Brandon, 22 stolen bases last season with Gateway. His team does have a lot of speed. 26 stolen bases. Throwback to first is not in time. 4th in the league in stolen bases. They've only been caught twice. 26 for 28 on steals as time is called. Brandon is walking down the line. Not sure what happened to him. Looks like there was an issue with his belt. But seems to be all right. No injury. No injury of any sort. Just a belt issue. 2-1 fouled away. Makes it 2-2. The stolen bases and the home runs are pretty much the only categories that the Grizzlies are top 10 in the league in. 2nd in home runs, using that short porch a lot. Runner goes. Fly ball into left field. Cruz try to end the 4th inning like he ended the 3rd as he makes the catch for out number 3. So 1 hit, no runs come in yet again for the Grizzlies as the Otters remain in the lead 3-1 as we head to the 5th inning on the Otters Digital Network. The Tarps Off crew has intrigued me enough to ask a question to the audience, and I want an honest answer here. There was a dude doing the Tarps Off with a hot dog costume on. Now, he had a tarp, and he was waving it. But does the rules of Tarp Off imply that you have to have a shirt off? Like, shirt's off, but the hot dog costume is on. Does that technically count, or do you have to, like, kind of go all in with it? Personally, I think if you have a tarp off and you're waving a tarp, you can wear whatever you want. Hot dog costume, I mess with that. But it is a very interesting question that I've decided to ask the audience. So let me know what you think. 0-1 to Ponder. Got a baseball game going on. Sometimes you forget about those types of things. Oh, they're going crazy out there in right field, though. A little bit high, and it's 1-1. Ty Good has retired 10 straight Otters ever since the RBI single by J.J. Cruz in the first inning. Pitching very well. 1-1 is called a strike, and it's 1-2. El Ponder is 1 for 2 so far today. Singled and scored in the first inning, then grounded out to third in the second. Leading off an inning for the third time now in his 3 at-bats. The 1-2 is just outside. He tried to frame it, Alvarez, and wasn't fooling the home plate umpire, Caleb Groom. 2-2. With his warm-up pitches, but sorry for everybody on YouTube that we had a internet outage here at Arsenal BG Ballpark, so apologies for that. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A solo homer from Dale Thomas led off the bottom of the 6th, and it was not a home run. It literally bounced on the field, went over, and they called it a home run. And now Andy McCauley, TJ Zarowitz, and Landon Williman all got ejected. And so Williman's out of the game, and Nolan Thebe is now pitching his first pitch to Castillo, which is called a strike. I don't know if we can get another replay of that, but I didn't think. I would call it as a double. They call it a home run. It's just very, very interesting stuff. But it is 1-1 to Castillo. The Otters are still up by 1. So it's not like they don't have the lead anymore, but it's now Max Peterson in charge with Andy McCauley ejected from the game. That one's outside. It's 2-1. Castillo is 1 for 2 on the day. He singled, came around to score in the second inning. Then he flew out to left in the third. Outside, it's 3-1. I mentioned this already, but Williman finishes with 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts on the day. A little high, it's ball 4 as Castillo walks. First batter allowed by Thebe is a walk by Castillo. Sanford now up with a runner on first, now representing the tying run over at first with still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. So no doubt we're going to have some bad blood between the Otters and the umpires, at least in the rest of this series after everything that just transpired. Inside, it's 1-0. Thebe, a 2.53 ERA so far in 10 2/3. He has a 2-1 record. He threw 2 scoreless in his last outing against Windy City in Game 2 of the doubleheader on Saturday with 3 strikeouts. Fouled away off to the left side. Well, Thebe hasn't given up an earned run since the 13th against Washington, Game 2 of that doubleheader, that 10-1 loss. The 1-1 pitch is called strike 2. Thebe last year, 2.88 ERA and 43 2/3 versus Gateway, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So for everybody who missed the chaos, that was the home run, non-home run call. 3 were ejected from the Otters. Runner goes. Throw to second after the ball call. It's going to go into shallow center. Gets cut off, though, by Amani Jones. A stolen base by Castillo, and he moves into scoring position. Williman was kind of jawing at the first base umpire, Jordan Alfonso. And Alfonso throws him out, and all of a sudden, TJ Zerowitz comes flying out of the dugout, incensed at the call, and rightfully so. McCauley goes a little bit slower, but definitely does get his words out before and after getting thrown out. It just didn't go over the wall. That's simple as that. Simple as that. And now the tying run's in scoring position with nobody out. The 2-2 pitch to Sanford. Grounder over to Jones at second. His throw to first is in time. Runner advances to third. As the 4-3 putout is out number 1, and now the tying run's 90 feet away. So the third run of the day for Gateway is sitting at third base. Tate Wargo has already driven in a run so far today. RBI single back in the second inning. He did strike out in the fourth as the infield moves in. First pitch to Wargo. In the dirt, another good block from Logan Brown. Logan Brown has saved more than his fair share of runs so far this season just from those blocks. Otters have yet to score since that 3-run outburst in the first inning. Popped up on the infield. Dennis Pierce trying to fight the sky. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So that is exactly what you are looking for if you're Nolan Thebe and the Otters. Now 1 out away from keeping the lead at 3-2. You got to face Cole Brandon still. And Cole Brandon has a base hit in his last at-bat. But definitely in a much better spot than you were about 2 pitches ago. Brandon, 1 for 2, has a single and a strikeout. First pitch low and away. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Thebe's trying to get out of this jam. That runner on third is his responsibility. Leadoff homer by Dale Thomas. Homer, quote, unquote. 1-1. It is outside, and it's 2-1. The Grizzlies hitting .205 coming into this game with runners in scoring position, and they have not been doing well. They've left a lot of runners on so far. Just misses outside, and it's 3-1. Walk would put runners at the corners with 2 outs for Sawyer Smith in the leadoff spot. The 3-1 is high for ball 4, so a walk to Brandon puts runners at the corners. Second walk allowed by Thebe this inning. Third overall by Otters pitching, and that will put runners at the corners with 2 outs for the top of the lineup in Sawyer Smith, as Logan Brown will have a conversation with Thebe. Still need only 1 out to get out of this one, still up by 1. But top of the lineup, always dangerous here. Sawyer Smith, though, 0 for 2, got hit by a pitch to lead off the bottom of the first. Since then, a ground out to first and a fly out to left, his other 2 at-bats. But as mentioned before, the Grizzlies have not been hitting well with runners in scoring position. And they have already left 6 on in this game. Meanwhile, the Otters have only left 3 on, but that's also because of Ty Good and his pitching performance so far. First pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Castillo walked, stole second, advanced to third on the Sanford groundout. Then the walk to Brennan has him on first. That is into center field, and it's a base hit. 1 run will come in to score, and we are tied up at 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. RBI single from Sawyer Smith brings in Castillo, and 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning have the Grizzlies tied things up 3-3 with the Otters, and that will only make the Otters angrier at that call because they could still be only up by 1 right now. Alvarez takes outside for ball 1. That run charged to Thebe. First hit with runners in scoring position today for the Grizzlies. Fouls one back. It's 1-1. Alvarez has a double, but is overall 1 for 3, 6.43 DP in the first, hit a double in the third, then flew out to right field in the 5th inning. Now here in the 6th. That's grounded over to short. It gets under the glove of Salvaggio and into left center field. 1 run will come in as Cole Brandon scores as Jose Alvarez brings in the go-ahead run, and the Grizzlies have taken the 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 99 off the bat just got under the glove and under the reach of Salvaggio at short. Went into center field. They're going to call that an error. And it was 3-0. Now it's 4-3 as the Otters, who are usually on the right side of a comeback win, are now on the wrong side of things here. And Max Peterson is going to come back out. Do have somebody warming up in the bullpen. Looks like David Eckes out there warming for the Otters. Might take Thebe out right here. Well, now Ty Good is in the conversation for getting the win here. And he still might come out for the 7th inning. He is retired now 16 straight. Otters. RBI single from J.J. Cruz in the 1st inning. Still the last runner to reach. That was all the way back in the 1st inning as Thebe comes out of the game. And David Eckes will come back in. So we'll take a break here for 3 Grizzlies as they've taken that home run call and had it boost their momentum. They've dropped 3 here in the 6th inning, and they lead it 4-3 on the Otters Media Network. So it's David Eckes who will come into the game, his 6th appearance. Eckes currently at a 9.82 ERA and 3 2/3. Hasn't pitched too much, is usually coming in to try and clean up the damage. Grizzlies have taken the lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning after a call we won't talk about anymore, and the RBI single for Sawyer Smith and Jose Alvarez that have brought the game now to a 4-3 Grizzlies lead. Phoebe out of the game, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts, is responsible for the runners on first and third, as that one is launched into deep right field, and it is a home run. Schallenberger, a 3-run shot off the first pitch Eckes throws, and it is now 7-3 Gateway as their offense has blown it open here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Schallenberger, he is known for the home run. That is his 8th home run of the season, and he brings in all 3 runs, and a home run that actually went over the wall this time. Makes it 7-3. So both runs will be charged to Thebe that were on base, and the home run now charged to Eckes. 6 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This is the inning that the Otters have given up the most runs. High fly ball into left field as catch will be made by Linscott for out number 3. So one of the longer innings we'll see this season has 6 runs coming in as well as 3 ejections and a lot of ump ball here as we head to the 7th. 7-3 Grizzlies on the Otters Media Network. Well, Ty Good is still here as he's retired 16 straight. Not too sure when he'll get the old boot from the game, but he is pitching very well after giving up 3 in the first inning. He's retired the last 16. First pitch a little high to Linscott for ball 1. Linscott 0 for 1 with a walk. Grizzlies boost momentum after the help from the umps, and they have scored 6 in the bottom of the 6th inning after Dale Thomas's leadoff shot, and then Schallenberger puts things a little further out of reach with his 3-run shot. But it was a lot of hits that were given up by the bullpen for the Otters, and They now have 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors. On the other side, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Otters. And tie good. Been a lot of the reason why the Grizzlies have been able to come back in this game. It's called a strike, and it's 2-1. There is some motion going on in the Grizzlies bullpen, but it has been tie good. That has just been absolutely solid after that 3-run first. 2-1 up the middle, and there's a base hit into shallow center field, and the Otters finally have a base runner for the first time since the first inning, as Sam Linscott has a infield single to lead off the top of the 7th inning. 7th inning, by the way, brought to you by Jacob's Pub. Jacob's Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays on North Main. Jacob's Pub at 607 North Main Street. Well, J.J. Cruz was the last one to reach before the Linscott single. He hit an RBI single that scored Dennis Pierce in the first inning. Now man on first here with nobody out for Cruz. First pitch called a strike. 1 for 2. Had that RBI single, flew out to shallow right to Wargo at second, came out there to the grass. 0-1 is called a strike. It's 0-2. So Ty Good's ERA won't be at 0 anymore, but it will still be very nice. And it's only getting better with the amount of batters that he keeps on facing. He seems to have been convinced as a starter for the foreseeable future. High chopper to third. It's left of the line, foul ball, and it will remain at 0-2. No action in the bullpen for the Otters. It looks like we might just see Eckes come out there. He'll face the plethora of lefties that are in the lineup for the Grizzlies. The 0-2 yet again. High fly ball into shallow left field. Somebody's getting there. A diving attempt from Stanford, but he cannot make the catch. It bounced off his glove. He actually got a lot closer to that one than originally expected. Wasn't able to make the catch, though, and it will land in foul territory. Stanford looked like he took a little spill there out in left field. Good valiant attempt. Mound visit. So apparently TJ Zarowitz didn't get ejected. Thought he did, but apparently he didn't. So he's at third, doing the third base coaching. McCauley definitely got ejected. We saw that in real time, but thought for sure TJ would have, considering how he sprinted out to first base to get that one. Good dive from Wargo. Toss a second for 1, and getting tripped up at short is Smith. Uh-oh. Linscott is having a conversation over at second base, and the benches are coming out. Bullpens are coming out. Hold on. Everyone's getting calmed down here a little bit. It was just a little trip up over at second base, but dugouts and bullpens are ready to go at it already. Kyle Goodell is now arguing with the umpires. Everybody's trying to get thrown out today. I feel as though everyone is just upset at everything today. That's just kind of how this game has gone. Goodell is still arguing That is Andrew Bernius. And Bernius was the last guy to not really get some anger from an umpire or from a manager, but it seems as though that streak's over. So we'll have another delay. This was a game that was going really quick until the bottom of the 6th inning, and now we're kind of moving a little slow. Either way, I think Cruz would have made it to first safely. So more pause. Umpires will convene to see if that will be interference and if Cruz will be out at first. Not sure they will overturn this one. If they didn't overturn the home run, there's no way they can overturn this, right? And I'm sure there was going to be more arguing on the side of Evansville if they do overturn it, considering the circumstances of what happened in the bottom of the 6th. TJ Sarowitz is having a conversation with Dale Thomas over at third base. Meanwhile, Bryson Horn, JJ Cruz are over at first, chatting it up a little bit with Billy Easley, the first base coach for the Otters. Kyle Goodell stands on. Ty Good waiting just to throw another pitch, trying to get out of this one. They do have that out number 1. Fielder's choice grounded into by Cruz. We'll see. Still trying to see if he is a safer out regarding the slide by Linscott into second base. It's a very long discussion. We're talking it out for a little long. And they will keep the call there and call Cruz safe at first. So they had a long conversation, but they end up still calling Cruz safe at first. So he reaches on the fielder's choice. I still feel like they wouldn't have turned that double play even if he hadn't fallen over on the slide. Goodell still conversing. It has been massive ump ball today, more than we have seen all season. And Goodell's getting a little more heated. He's like, oh, if you slide and he slides and then he falls over, he can't make the throw to first. And then the umpire is going to be like, well, yeah, but he would have made it anyways, and it wasn't too bad of a slide. And then Goodell is going to be like, oh, well, the slide, it took him out. You don't know what's going to happen. He could have been out at first. But he also could have thrown it away. Like they're just going on and on and on, and it's getting a little old. It's getting a little old. Well, if you're just joining us, hi, I'm Evan Patoka. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard while we wait. Schaumburg's up on Washington 3-2 in that big series between two of the better teams in the Frontier League. Brockton is in the bottom of the 2nd against Trois-Rivières at 9:40. That is crazy. I don't know how they're still playing that game. Quebec, Sussex County, 1-0 in the 5th. Ottawa is losing to Down East 7-2 in the 7th inning. Florence beat Lake Erie 6-3. Joliet beat Windy City earlier today, as well as the New York Boulders, who beat New Jersey 9-8. And we are still having a conversation, guys. Come on, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. And the thing is, he's not even getting that upset to be, like, thrown out. He's just kind of – I feel like he might be talking in circles. He's walking backwards and talking to the home plate umpire, Caleb Groom, as he walks back to the dish. He will not stop. Well, 3 runs in the first for the Otters, 1 in the bottom of the 2nd for the Grizzlies, and then that 6-run 6th inning have the Grizzlies on top 7-3, looking to win their 7th game of the season. If this score holds, they will be 7-9. The Otters will drop to 11-5, and they'll lose their first game of the series, and they'll lose their 3rd on the road as Goodell finally has had enough. His vocal cords have tired out, and he'll head back to the dugout. So after all of that, we are at the same spot that we were about 10 minutes ago. TJ Salvaggio up with Cruz at first after reaching on the fielder's choice and one out here in the top of the 7th. First pitch gets away from Alvarez, but no advance at first from Cruz. It's 1-0. Salvaggio 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, and then grounded out to third in the fourth. Good breaking ball as Salvaggio ducks out of the way of a strike, and it's 1-1. So 7-3 here in the 7th inning. Grizzlies looking to win their 7th game of the year. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Ty Good looking to go 7 after giving up 3 in the first. He had a almost 40-pitch first inning and is only at 93. That is to explain how efficient he has been since that first inning. 1-2 is in the dirt for ball 2. Ty Good hasn't really been a starter too much in his professional career. That start against Evansville in game 2 of the doubleheader was his first since Florence in 2024. He didn't even really start much then. 2-2 popped up into foul ground over to first base. Horn will make the catch for out number 2. Back to the top of the lineup, John Ponder has been waiting in that on-deck circle for years now. But he's finally ready to go. Man on first now with 2 outs. Ponder's 1 for 3 on the day. Single to lead off the game, but since then a ground out to third and a strikeout. First pitch called a strike. It's 0-1. E0-1. Fouled away. Makes it 0-2. Well, Ponder already extended his on-base streak to 15 games out of the 15 he's played. Looking to start a new hitting streak after his 11-gamer to start the year. 0-2. Got the sword, and that is strike 3. 5 Ks for Ty Good, and he goes 7 innings. So a pretty bad start for Good has turned into a rock star outing as Ty Good goes 7 innings, and now he is in line for the victory after the 6-run bottom of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch here at Arsenal BG Ballpark. 7-3. Grizzlies have the lead on the Otters Digital Network. Well, bottom of the 7th inning, the Otters are now down 4 after a very good bottom of the 6th for Gateway that had some help. It is Dale Thomas who led off the 6th with a home run. He leads off the bottom of the 7th against David Eckes. The run charged to Eckes was unearned. Phoebe gives up 4 runs. Only one of those are earned after the error at short by Salvaggio. All those runs that came in after that will be unearned because that error would have ended the inning. Time is called, and there's a pitch clock violation on Eckes, and now Logan Brown is having some issues with the umpires, and here we go again. Round 3. Max Peterson's out there. This is just crazy, man. Max Peterson is pointing up to the box. Makes it 2-0. Max Peterson is having issues. Everyone's having issues with the umpires today. It's been a game. It's definitely been a game. 2-0 is called a strike, and that's a low strike. Makes it 2-1. Interesting stuff here. Feel as though maybe Evansville and Gateway can combine to just not like the umpires. Maybe they can bring all their anger together and just push it on them. 3-1. Grounder over to short. Salvaggio will toss over to first, and that's out number 1. So that will bring up Victor Castillo. Fouled into the glove of Logan Brown. Makes it 0-1. Castillo is having a decent night. He's 1 for 2. He has a single. Came around to score in the 2nd inning. That was the only run for a while from Gateway before that 6th run, 6th inning. It is 0-2. There's a fly out to left and a walk in that 6th inning. Came around to score on the RBI single by Sawyer Smith. That outside. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat, fly ball into left field. It'll veer foul. That goes, bounces all the way back into the field. So we have the bad homer call. We have the slide at second. We have the pitch clock violation. What's next? I feel like we're collecting all the achievements so far today. Fly ball into center field. Ponder doesn't even have to move, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Now Mitchell Sanford will step in. He's 1 for 3. He has a single, strikeout looking, and a ground out to second. Eckes. First pitch is inside, gets past Brown, and it's 1-0. Well, Sanford. New Orleans had his best 2 seasons. Was in the American Association after his 2025 season at Ole Miss. Milwaukee Milkmen, which is a great name, by the way. Grounder to second. Jones throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for David Eckes out of the bullpen. We head to the top of the 8th, another argument with the umpires on the on the Otters digital network. Eighth inning is brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember, you can help with all your pest control needs. McMahon can. So, Ty Good is out of the game, and let's take a look at how he performed. 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Now, if the first inning didn't exist, he'd thrown 6 scoreless because he pitched amazing after giving up those 3 runs. And he is definitely a great part of the reason why the Grizzlies are winning this game and the great reason why that they were able to come back, score 6, and now he's in line for the victory. But we have a new pitcher in for Gateway. It's Matt Hickey who throws a first pitch strike. Very solid start on the other side for Williman, but if this score holds, he'll unfortunately get the loss in this one. Outside, and it's 1-1. Now Matt Hickey is at a 4.15 ERA in 4 1/3 innings. Faces off against Amani Jones as he rips one into right center field for a base hit. Jones will take a wide turn around first, and it's a leadoff single for Amani here in the top of the 8th. So good start for the Otts in the 8th inning. Monty Jones with the single. He's got 2 hits on the day. He's 2 for 4. That'll bring up Dennis Pierce. Singled in the first, came around to score. Since then, though, has a strikeout looking ground out to Tate Wargo at second base. Mentioned this earlier. Tate Wargo has had so much work to do at second base. He just keeps on getting the ball hit to him. And to his credit, he is making every single play. The Grizzlies, who lead the league in errors, don't have one yet today. 1-0 in the turf. It's 2-0. Hickey from Granbury, Texas, a little bit southwest of Fort Worth. This is his 3rd season with the Grizzlies. After he was drafted by the Cardinals. Played a couple seasons in their system, got released, and now is here with Gateway in his 3rd season. That one swung on and missed by Pearson. It's 2-1. Granbury was at Weatherford College 2018 to 2021. Tarleton State in 2022. Tarleton State won the WAC championship this season. Congrats to them. They're going to get the auto bid into the regional. Fouled away, makes it 2-2. Last outing for Hickey was against Lake Erie on the 22nd. He threw an inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned. No walks, 6 strikeouts, but 2 homers. 2 solo shots against Lake Erie. 2-2 just misses outside, and it's a full count. Hickey last year played 1 game as a hitter, and that game was in the last game of the season against Evansville. He hit a home run, went 2 for 3. Swung on and missed, and that is strike 3 fastball right at the outside edge, and almost a back pick over to first to Amani Jones. 2 strikeouts for Pierce. He's now 1 for 4, and that's the first strikeout of the day for Hickey. Logan Brown steps in. He is 0 for 3 so far today. Flew out to Wargo, lined out to Wargo, and then flew out to right field. Castillo out there. And he swings and misses at strike 1. Jones on first now with 1 out after his leadoff single. High chopper over to Wargo at second. He will tag. Not able to tag. Oh, it looks like they got him. Oh, here we go again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, God. They're doing it again. Jones is called out on a tag, and now they will start up again. This is crazy, man. And Max Peterson is demonstrating to the to the umpire. This is funny at this point. This is just insane. It's still going. This is happening again. So it's a double play, a 4-3, and that ends the inning, and they will convene, but I have a feeling that they're not going to change anything because they haven't yet. What is going on, man? What is happening? Yeah, they don't overturn anything. All right, well, we're heading to the bottom of the 8th. This game is just getting out of hand. We're on the Otters Digital Network. You know where we're at. Well, you can see on the bottom right of your screen, Max Peterson is still having a chat with the home plate umpire, Caleb Groom, after what has been a performance, to say the least, from the umpires. We've had Andy McCauley ejected. That feels like forever ago. Same with Landon Williman, and I'm honestly surprised that Max Peterson hasn't been ejected yet. Same with TJ Zarowitz. They've done They've done a lot of talking, and yeah, I'm surprised they haven't been kicked out yet. But I feel as though it has all been for good reason. David Eckes is still out there, looking to just eat some innings for the bullpen. He threw a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 7th. He'll face off against Wargo Brannon and then Sawyer Smith at the top of the lineup. It is, it's been an insane game. It's been an insane game. to say the least. First pitch is fouled off himself by Wargo. He is 1 for 3. RBI single in the second, made it 3-1. Strikeout swinging and a fly out into foul ground over to Pierce at first is his day so far.
Series of this homestand, and after Gateway was swept in Evansville last week, they're looking for a bit of revenge. Here's the 0-1.
Little high, makes it 1-1.
Back decided order in this inning and the seventh. In fact, since the first pitch, 3-run home run that
Eckes gave up the 3-run homer to Schallenberger. All those runs are unearned, but he's calmed down a little bit through that 1-2-3 inning, but is 2-1 now against Tate Wargo. All 3 games in this series are going to be at 6:30 here at Arsenal BG Ballpark, so we'll be back here at probably around 6:15, 6:20 for the pregame show. Fly ball into center field. Ponder, ranging back, makes the catch for out number 1. Cole Brannon, 1 for 2, strikeout swinging, walking a single. His walk in the 6th, he ended up coming around to score on the Jose Alvarez single. Another good offensive performance from Gateway after putting up 11 runs in 2 separate games against Lake Erie. They definitely do hit a lot better at home than on the road. 263 at home coming into this game, 176 on the road. So they're definitely a different beast here in front of the home fans, and also because of that little short porch in right field that apparently got shorter in the 6th inning. 2-0 is a fly ball into left center field. Ponder makes a run for it, and he's got it for out number 2. So back-to-back flyouts to center. Have 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Back to the top of the order, Sawyer Smith. Sawyer Smith had a single in his last at-bat. Drove in a run. Blooper into center field, and he's got a base hit now in back-to-back ABs, as he's now 2 for 4 on the day. Now it's Jose Alvarez. And right, this is his first game back. He's gone 2 for 4 so far today. Double, RBI single. Did ground out into a double play and flew out to right field in the 5th inning, but his average was at 500 coming into this one, and it's going to stay there. Grounder to second. Jones tags the bag, and that's out number 3. So another scoreless inning out of the pen for David Eckes. Doing a good job at saving the arms in the pen for tomorrow. We head to the 9th. 7-3. Otters 3 outs away from dropping their first game since last Sunday on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the ninth. Otters down 4. Grizzlies are up 7-3. Last time the Grizzlies beat the Otters was August 30th of last year. They're looking to end that here on May the 26th. Matt Hickey's still out there after throwing a scoreless 8th. He'll face off against LG Marcos and Sam Linscott, the top 3 in the order, to lead off the top of the ninth. Top 3 in the order, Ponder, Jones, and Pierce combined to go 4 for 10. Mostly thanks to the heroics of Ty Good in his pitching, as he was great after giving up 3 runs in the first, and the Otters have not scored since the first inning. This is a offense that puts up a lot of hits, a lot of runs, but haven't been able to do it. That one gets under the glove of Horn and into right field. See if that will be called a base hit or not. It looks like they're going to call it a base hit. So LG continues his hitting streak as he leads off the top of the ninth with a single. That'll bring up Marcos. 1 on, nobody out. Gonzalez, a little bit of a rough day today. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out to short. First pitch is called a strike. 91 fastball. Nice little sidearm lined up for Matt Hickey. Grounder over to short, tossed to second for 1, glove flip, and then the throw to first is in time for out number 2. Well, the team that is first in the league in double plays pulls another one here in the 9th inning, and now the Grizzlies are 1 out away from winning game 1 of the series and moving up to 7-9 on the year. Well, Washington is losing, so the Otters will stay in first if both scores hold, which is always nice. First pitch is called a strike to Linscott. Linscott had a little bit of a run-in with the Grizzlies over at second base. A bad slide had him surrounded by Grizzlies. Bench is almost cleared, but I'm sure Linscott was... He did not do that on purpose, that's for sure. And I don't think the Grizzlies thought that as well. But it is 1-2, and now the Grizzlies are 1 strike away from getting this win here in game 1. And it might be a game to forget here for the Otters. 1-2. Fouled away, as we'll do it again. One more pitch. We live to see another pitch here. Seems as though the Otters, like Ty Good had the outing, and then the whole thing with the umpires might have just taken the wind out of their sails. 1-2 is fouled away again. Linscott at least trying to make things a little interesting here with 2 outs in the 9th. Hickey trying to finish the job here in the 9th. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Gateway in game 1. 1-2 is called strike 3. And the strikeout looking from Hickey gives the Grizzlies the victory. That's his 2nd strikeout of the day. And out number 3 in the 9th as the Grizzlies take game 1 of the series by a score of 7-3. They have 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors. On the other side, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Evansville as they will head back to the hotel, come back here tomorrow with a fresh slate. They still got a chance to take this series, but they have started 1-3 on the road this season. The Grizzlies have a bottom of the 6th to remember. They score 6 runs as, we're not going to say it, but they had some help. But, of course, they did put together a good offensive performance. 3-run homer from Schallenberger, a few base hits in that. It wasn't all, it wasn't all the umps. It was Gateway playing very well. They did play very well. Ty Good. What could you say about Ty Good that hasn't already been said? He pitched amazingly. Gave up 3 runs in the first. Immediately settled in, got the job done, and ended up pitching a full 7 innings. So he will get the victory. Landon Williman gets the loss, unfortunately. But the Otters drop this game. Their 6-game winning streak is over. They are now 11-5. And we move to tomorrow at 6:30 back here at Arsenal BG Ballpark to see if the Otters can even the series up for a rubber match on Thursday before the Otts head to Crestwood to take on the Bolts for 2 games. It's after that, and then we play Mississippi at home. So it is a 7-3 win for the Grizzlies. The Otters scored 3 in the first and were shut out the rest of the game. And all it took was 1 inning, the 6th inning, for Gateway to pull off the victory. First win against the Otters this season. They are now 1-3 against Evansville. But for everybody here in Sauget, Illinois, I'm Evan Patoka. We will see you tomorrow, where hopefully the Otters can split the series with the Grizzlies and possibly win the series on Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 for Game 2.